Hey y'all, what's up? Happy New Year's Eve. If you are watching this after New Year's, Happy New Year's. 2025 is going to be the best year of your life. But before you get too comfortable, you need to hear this. I absolutely positively need you to understand that in order for you to become the higher version of yourself, in order for you to be successful, in order for you to walk in your purpose, in order for you to just go where you are called to go, you're gonna have to limit access to you. You're going to have to not necessarily cut people off, but you're gonna have to let them be in 2025. You have been in a place where you are elevating now, finally. You have come to a point where you've been making the changes. You've been walking in obedience. You've been, hearing from God. You've been in your prayer. You've been in your word. Like, you have been trying, and you are on your way. Like, you are on your way. But in order for you to really take it to the next level in 2025, everybody's not going to be able to go with you. I don't want you to think that means you have to cut everybody off and you can't talk to anybody, because let's be honest, the people that are not going to be able to go with you in 2025 are some of your friends, some of your family members, people that you surround yourself with at work, like your social circle, a friend group. Like, these are people that are in your space. These are people that you do life with, but they aren't necessarily on the same path as you. These are people who, for the longest you've been trying to just figure out, like, okay, what are we doing? Like, this could be a relationship. Like, I don't mean that you have to completely cut these people off, but you're definitely going to have to take control and like lay some standards and just basically lay some ground rules going into 2025. You are not the same version that you were in 2024. You will not be able to elevate while having these things and these people still low-key have control over, you and your emotions, how they make you feel, how you respond, how you do certain things. This is going to be a solo trip. Everybody not gonna understand, and you will have people along your journey that are gonna go with you. Like, you will have people who will go on this journey with you. But this season is going to be a you and God season. This season is going to be a season where only you can discern where God is trying to take you. Like, a lot of people just won't understand. Just simply put, a lot of people will not understand. And for some people, that's going to be hard, because you are going to be going completely against the grain. You're going completely against everything that you've always done. You're completely switching up your lifestyle. You're making these changes to, you're changing your life. You're making these changes, and you're setting boundaries for yourself. You are setting standards for yourself. You are finally making that commitment to do whatever it takes to become a better version of yourself. And because you're doing that, people are not going to like that. Because people are so used to you being the old version of you. People are used to, you just like letting things slide, and you not really taking yourself or them seriously. Like, people are used to the old version of you, but she is dead and gone. She's not here anymore. So I'm gonna need for you to start figuring out what boundaries need to happen in order for you to really just elevate in 2025. This not going to be the year to play around. This not going to be the year to keep giving people chance after chance. This not going to be the time where you trying to just, give people the benefit of the doubt. They showed you who they were. That's who they are. That's who they will be. They're not interested in making change. They don't even think that anything is wrong with them. They're not interested in making any changes to better their life. They're not interested in anything that you're interested in. They're not interested in personal growth. They're not interested in building a relationship with God. They're not interested in having faith and trying to see anything change. Like, they're content with where they are. They're super confident in who they are, and they don't like that you finally know who you are, because they've always known who you were. That's just like the enemy, right? Like, the enemy knows who you are and what you're capable of. Does he want you to tap into that power? Absolutely not, because he knows the minute that you find that your power, and the minute that you really understand who you are, he knows it's over, and he knows that he will not be able to have control and play on you and play with you, and just, he knows how you are going to shake everything up. He knows. And so he knows that in order for you to stay bound to the same lies, he knows, like, man, she doesn't believe that anymore. So he's going to use the people around you to try to keep you held back, because he knows that you are flourishing, and he knows your worth. God has already equipped us. He has equipped you. When Jesus died on that cross, he had to deal with all the naysayers. Sorry, y'all, my video cut off. But the sacrifice, the price has already been paid. The victory has already been won. You've put in the self-work. You've been disciplined. You've been working on yourself. You've been working on your attitude. You've been working on your heart. You've been working on the negative ways that you have always had your whole life. You've been working on your response. You've been working on the things that God placed on your heart in order for you to just be better and elevate. Like, you've been working on yourself this season, and now it's time for you to put all of the things that you've been practicing into action. It's time for you to finally walk into your victory. It's time for you to finally walk into and have your breakthrough season. It's time for you to just accept the fact that has kept me back for so long, that I will not give any more time or energy to anything that is not of God, that's not benefiting God, that's not glorifying God, that's not edifying God. I can't allow it. I cannot allow it. You cannot allow it. And so when you start making these changes, people are going to weed themselves out, because people won't be able to stand the heat. Like, people will literally not be able to take the new version of you. People will not be able to, they won't be able to stop themselves from not, they want you to still be who you were, because they know, like I said, they know your potential. They know how much value you bring. They know your worth. And now that you finally know your worth, they're not going to be able to stop you from really just owning it and just walking in it and just being happy and accepting that good things can happen. I feel like when you're in a waiting season for so long, you start to think, like, is this too good to be true? Especially when you've been praying for something to come to pass, and you've been praying and you've been praying and you've been praying, and nothing, like, you don't feel like God has been working. But then when he actually starts to show you that he has been working, when your prayers finally start to get answered, when you finally start to have clarity and just everything makes sense, like, it's like, wow, like God was listening the whole time. You cannot allow yourself, you cannot afford to get distracted. It's literally time to go. Like, you cannot afford to go back to your old ways. You cannot afford to get caught slipping. You cannot afford to let these people just play with you and play over you. So how do you do that? You have to limit your access. You have to not take offense. When you are dealing with people who are set on not understanding, or who are set on not changing, when you are just dealing with these type of people, you are going to have to be the bigger person. You can't afford to go backwards. Like, you literally cannot afford to let these people get the best of you. You cannot afford to respond and just allow them to get a reaction out of you. You cannot afford to allow them to just play with your emotions. You have to take control of your emotions. You have to pray without ceasing. Give God all the thanksgiving, and he will guard your heart and your mind. God is with you, and he wants you to know that as long as you are being consistent, and as long as you are, staying in your word, and as long as you are being obedient, and as long as you are just following him in order as he is ordering your steps, as long as you are just listening and considering God, and just being with him, you are like, he has your back. It does not matter if you can go against whoever, and God is still gonna be with you. So people are gonna start cutting themselves off because they're not gonna be able to take it. They're gonna start falling off, and their true colors are going to show, because that's just who they are. Like, their true colors are gonna show. Like, that's just who they are as people. They're not gonna be able to hide it. They're not gonna be able to deal with just the new version of you, because you have come such a long way. And so it's like, when they come around, because they will, because you have to deal with these type of people, you just can't let them phase you. You can't let them phase you. You can't let them distract you. You can't listen to the nonsense that they're talking about. You can't let them get reactions out of you. Like, you have to stay focused. You're not going to be able to, just keep going back and forth. You can't allow them control over you anymore. You've worked on your emotional intelligence all year. You've worked on yourself all year, and now it's time to put these things into action. Now that you have overcame so much, you've been fighting for your life in the spiritual realm. Now that you are fully equipped, and you know how to use your word, you know how to pray, you know how to still praise and worship, you know how to, let go of the control and just trust God's plan. Like, So now it's time to do it. Like, now it's time to actually put it into play. And that is what's going to be the life-changing thing in 2025. That is what is going to help you to elevate in 2025, because you're going to need these standards, not only with these people, but from everybody moving forward. You're going to need these standards to just have just the boundaries that you are going to require from this point forward. Like, people are you're not gonna allow them to treat you how they want to treat you. They're gonna be forced to treat you how you deserve to be treated. And that's because you're not gonna, let them and allow them to do whatever and to get by with whatever. So if you have to cut off access to them, if you have to not answer the phone, if you have to not go to the function to be around them, if you have to just ignore the little petty remarks, the petty comments, if you have to just let them think whatever, that's just what you have to do. That's just what you have to do. And it's not why do I always have to be the bigger person? These type of people are at war with themselves. It's not just you. Like, I know sometimes you may think, man, is it just me? Like, am I tripping? No. These type of people go around starting little fires everywhere with everybody. So you're not the only person that has to experience it. But guess what? In life, we have to deal with hard people. And, the Bible says that vengeance is not ours. So it's not up to us to, to feel like we have to, like, get even. We are not on an even playing field with these people. God is already the victory is already won. So now, instead of you thinking that, no, I can't let them slide, like, now you're just gonna be like, you know what, you got this, and let them have it. You can't afford to keep rolling in the mud with the pigs. You cannot afford it. That's gonna cost you everything. in 2025. So if you are ready to finally let go of everything that is meant to hold you back, if you really want to have that peace, that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to cost you. It may be a coworker, it may be a manager at work. Like, they don't get the last laugh. As much as they think that they will, they do not get the last laugh. And you know that. So it's like, count it all as joy. Like, have joy knowing that your Heavenly Father is going to go to war on your behalf. You don't have to be tired and stressed out and upset and lonely and feel depressed. Like, you don't have to feel away anymore. You have been set free from all of that. You have been set free. Like, you have literally been set free. That's not who you are anymore. Now, the old you would go toe to toe with this person, with these people, with whoever. The old you would just be okay with allowing them to control your emotions. But the new you, the elevated you, the higher version of you, don't have time for that. That's a distraction. Don't get caught slipping. Do not get caught slipping. 2025 is going to be the year for you to stay focused. You have to stay focused this year. I know you went through the fire last year. I know you just had a rough year. I know that you were dealing with things in private that were just breaking you down and eating you up inside and just messing with you mentally, and you went through all of that. But guess what? You survived it. They threw you in the fire. They threw the wise men in the fire, and they came out not even smelling like smoke. Not a smell of smoke. And they turned the furnace up. They turned the furnace up all the way. These people were so mad. They turned the furnace up. Just imagine the hate, the rage. You're so mad. You threw us in the fire, and we came out with not even a stench of smoke, not even a hint of smoke. You cannot afford to get distracted this year. You cannot afford to get distracted. I need you to know this before 2025, because the time is here. The time is now. It's not time to practice anymore. It's not time to, play around. It's time to do it and go for it and just be who you know that you are. It's time for you to own that. It's time for you to just welcome it. It's time for you to stop beating yourself up. It's time for you to stop taking blame. It's time for you to have peace and have joy and laugh again and be happy again, and just, trust that God is with you on this journey. And that's all you need. That is all you need. 2025 is going to be a life-changing year for you. I really hope and pray that everything that you have been through has taught you and equipped you. And, I just hope and pray that you're able to just go full-fledged and really just walk into this new season of your life with more wisdom. Because the people around you already see it. Like, it's so evident. Like, it's already, like, the people around you already see it, and they know what's up. So I will check in with y'all later. I hope y'all have a happy new year. If you are watching this after New Year, happy New Year. Let's make 2025 the best year of our life. We got this. I love you.